Thank you for tuning in to our presentation. Our presentation is on the biography of Imam Shafi'i. We hope you can learn more about Imam Shafi'i throughout our presentation.
Before the time of Imam al-Syafi'i, Islamic jurisprudence had already developed into two major approaches. First is al-Hadith, or school of Hadith, focused strictly on textual sources like Quran and Sunnah, and then school of reasoning, or al-Rai, relied more on rational judgment, or Ijtihad. The problem at the time was there was no standardized legal methodology. Legal reasoning varied widely between scholars. This led into significant and sometimes extreme differences of opinion. So, why Imam al-Syafi'i was important? Due to these issues, there was a strong need for a clear and systematic legal framework. Imam al-Syafi'i emerged as a mediator between the two approaches and developed more structured methodology of Islamic law, or usul al-fiqh, balancing both textual evidence and rational reasoning.
Imam Shafi'i, or Muhammad bin Idris al-Shafi'i, is a famous Islamic scholar and the founder of the Shafi'i school of law. He was born in Gaza and grew up in Mecca. From a young age, he was very smart and able to memorize the Quran and Hadith. He traveled to several important places like Mecca, Medina, Iraq, and Egypt to gain knowledge. In Medina, he studied under Imam Malik, who focused on Hadith. In Iraq, he learned about Ra'yu, which is reasoning and logical thinking. By learning both approaches, he created a balanced method that combines hadith and logic. His learning journey and experiences with different scholars helped him develop a clear and organized way of understanding Islamic law.
The concept of Ijtihad, according to Imam Shafi'i, is a key foundation in the development of Islamic jurisprudence. Ijtihad refers to a scholar's serious effort to determine legal rulings on issues that are not explicitly mentioned in the primary sources. Imam Shafi'i emphasized that Ijtihad must be conducted systematically and not arbitrarily. He established a clear hierarchy of legal sources, starting with the Quran, followed by the Sunnah, then Ijma, or scholarly consensus, and finally Qiyas, which is reasoning by analogy. In practice, Imam Shafi'i was very careful to ensure that the use of logic remained within the boundaries of revelation. This means that personal opinion alone is not sufficient without strong textual and methodological support. In conclusion, Ijtihad, according to Imam Shafi'i, is not unrestricted freedom, but a structured and guided method that remains flexible in addressing new issues.
The contribution of Imam Shafi'i to Islamic jurisprudence, or fiqh. Imam Shafi'i is known as one of the most important scholars in Islamic legal history because he transformed fiqh into a systematic discipline. First, he developed usul fiqh, which is the foundation of Islamic legal methodology. Before his time, scholars used different approaches in deriving laws, but there was no clear structure. He introduced principles that made legal reasoning more organized, consistent, and methodological. Second, his major artwork. Al-Risalah is considered the first comprehensive book on usul fiqh. In this book, he explained the hierarchy of Islamic legal sources, starting from the Quran, followed by Hadith, Ijma, and Qiyas. More importantly, he explains how these sources should be used in deriving rulings. Third, he unified two major approaches in Islamic law. On one side, there was a strong focus on hadith and textual evidence. On the other side, some scholars relied more on reasoning. Imam Shafi'i combined both approaches, creating a balance between revealed sources and rational thinking. Finally, his contribution had a long-lasting impact. His methodology became the foundation for later schools of Islamic law and helped standardize the process of legal reasoning. In conclusion, Imam Shafi'i is not only a scholar of fiqh, but also the founder of its systematic and scientific method.
The development of fiqh from the era of Imam al-Shafi'i until today shows how Islamic law continues to grow and adapt over time. First, the spread of the Shafi'i school, or mazhab, played a major role in shaping Islamic legal practice, especially in regions like Southeast Asia, East Africa, and parts of the Middle East. Its systematic methodology, combining the Quran, Hadith, consensus, and analogy, made it widely accepted and influential. In the modern era, the concept of Ijtihad, or independent reasoning, has become increasingly important. Scholars now face new challenges related to technology, economics, and social issues, such as digital transactions, medical ethics, and global finance. Ijtihad allows Islamic law to respond to these changes while staying rooted in its principal course. Additionally, the role of ulama and fatwa institutions is crucial today. Organizations like Majelis Ulama Indonesia help provide guidance to the public by issuing fatwas on contemporary issues, ensuring that fiqh remains practical and relevant.
Thank you for listening to our presentation, and we hope new knowledge has been found from our presentation.